What's up, guys? Coming to you live with a deck profile from Collector's Cash in Lenexa, Kansas, and I'm here with
Jeffri Mcintosh.
And he did what?
Took first at the UDS tournament last week.
Yeah, he's kind of good, folks. If you didn't know, and if you didn't know, you better ask somebody. So let's go get into the deck profile.
All right, I played Paleozoics frogs. Start out your favorite monster to open with, triple swap frog.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Those ulties.
It's a young $150 or 180. Yeah, it's up there somewhere. We all know you got money, Jeff.
3 Duke frog. Second favorite dude to open with. Don't really like opening him, but I mean, if you get him, you deal with it.
And it's special. Get a toad special.
2 of the Ronin Totem, because if you play 3, you'll break on it, and you don't want to open it at all. Actually, I kind of want to cut it down to 1. I just play 2, so that if I banish it off a Desire, I still have 1.
So is this like the standard popular one, or the popular lineup of 8, or?
Yes.
Okay.
This is pretty much the standard. The only variation I would really say is to cut this down to 1, because you only really ever use 1. Sometimes 2 comes up, which it did come up like once or twice, but it's not very important.
Okay. Oh God. See, we got the normal out of the way, and then this guy's back here with this sack thing over here. Double.
The blowout. Most decks actually can't even deal with this card in general.
Yeah, I was standing behind you when the guy was playing Blue Eyes, and he was just sitting there. I guess he just forgot what he was playing, and you just summoned him when he had Spirit on the field, and it was just destructive after that.
Summon this with like a dupe lock, and he literally couldn't play, and I was in a bad position, so I just sat there on this with the lock and just kept drawing until I got into a winning position.
Do you think you play that next format, or you haven't really thought about it? If Toad Paleozoic stay around?
I've heard that the deck will still be a good sleeper deck coming into the format, but I'm doing a little investigation right now to see if I actually want to continue playing it.
Okay.
The only spell card that you play in this deck, this is once again the only deck that I will ever play 3 of this card in. I feel like any other deck you only need to play 2, because 3 bricks you, but this card doesn't care what it has, what it banishes. It's just like, I need cards. So.
And the theory is you play 3 of everything and a bunch of traps, so you don't miss anything really.
Nope.
How many times did you draw multiples of them? Did they ever run into each other?
Always run into each other. I always draw 1 off of the other one, which makes me want to drop it back down to 2, but I really want to see it.
Okay.
Those extra cards just put you ahead so far with this deck in particular.
Cool.
The trap lineup. So 3 of this dude. I really want to cut this down to 2 because it annoys me opening this one. I really just want to search this one. Mm-hmm. But I mean, you need multiples of the trap cards.
And that's the Karma Cut one?
Yes.
Okay.
3 of the MST is one of my favorite ones just because instant removal. This card actually might make me play artifacts in this deck here soon.
I wonder where he got that idea from.
Shout out, Greg. 3 of the Book of Moon, another one of my favorite ones. Actually, this one kind of pisses me off. Same with the Karma Cut, because they can only deal with monsters. So if I have them and my opponent's not doing anything, I can't do anything. So, which leads me to this last one that well, not the last one, but the second to last one I played. This one's really nice because I can actually use it without doing anything.
And that's the Foolish Burial for the traps?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll set this one off to the side because it's actually important a little later on.
All right.
The last one I play is one of this one. I do think this one is still one of my favorite ones, but it actually still sucks if you don't open any other ones.
Yeah, I've heard it's bad to start with in the beginning anyway.
It's terrible. You want to search this at all costs. If you draw it, you're probably in a losing position at the get-go because you have 1 dead trap card, which it actually did come up dead, and I almost lost the game due to this being dead.
Buddies, Jeff, so that mitigated that.
My favorite trap card in the deck, Reckless Greed.
Triple Reckless Greed. Supers.
Look,
we all know what that does, folks. They stacked together is where he drew 6 cards and everybody cried.
The turns that I get this combo off with the draw 2 of this is just so broken. A lot of people actually don't like this card because you lose draw phases due to this, But if you play this and search for this, most likely you'll draw into another one of these or desire to get you to the point that you need to be at. And losing those draw phases actually helped me in a couple games where I was almost getting ready to deck out.
Okay.
Triple Wabaku. I like this card more than like any other battle stopper just because right off the bat they can't do anything. You can activate this into response to anything.
Yeah. So.
And it's actually kind of better than Threatening Roar just because like if you mess up and you allow them to attack, you can still play this and be like, all right, you're not doing nothing this turn.
Yeah, you bring it right back off of it anyway.
One of the MVP cards, D-Barrier. I only played 2 of it, not because I don't have 3, just because seeing this card in multiples is terrible. It's the same thing with like Wabaku. If you ever see multiple of Wabaku, you only set 1. And like D-Bear, if you see multiple this, you only set 1.
So you don't get cracked with the Twin Twizzlers?
Yes.
So we all don't cry like baby girl over there?
The next MVP trap card, Strike. Once again, only 2 of this one. Playing only 2 of this one was purely because I can't chain to this one and summon anything.
But you still need it.
Yeah, it's still a blowout card.
Yeah.
Double Storming. All right. This is another one of my favorite ones. Better than Quaking because like Quaking still allows them to be on the field, but you actually want to remove everything from the field when they attack you. I don't like getting this first turn. I prefer to have it like later in the game, but even in first turn and you're only bouncing 1 monster, they still have to somehow get field presence in their main phase 2, which is really hard for a lot of decks right now.
Right on.
The one-ofs, 1 breakthrough skill.
Ooh, it's ulti.
The reason why I kept this off to the side was because Morella allows me to dump the breakthrough skill. This is important in games 2 and 3 when people are potentially citing Jinzo, which I did lose to once, not at this event, but before. Breakthrough skill is a one of. It could be like a lot of other things. It would have been a couple other things, but breakthrough skill just seemed like the most reasonable because right off the bat, there's a lot of stuff that you need to negate this format, particularly Outcast and like Mithrilium and stuff like that.
True.
The last 2 one-ofs, Compulse, because Compulse is broken. There's no reason you shouldn't play it.
Chainable.
Just, it's a reason it's at 1 and not 3 like in the OCG. And the last one, Warning.
Very sexy. Warning is warning. No explanation needed. Let's get on to the extra deck.
Reason for no Vanity's Emptiness is because I want to keep playing and
not get stuck behind it.
Yeah.
I feel you. Here's the extra deck.
Extra deck, got 1 F-Zero. Never played it, but it's important to have just for those bad situations where you need to clear your field a little bit.
But you never played it.
Never comes up. They usually lose before me. Slacker Magician, just so that if I ever get in a situation where my levels get lowered, I can still actually make an exceed just to stall out for a while.
Like Stygian or something like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
1 Cat Sharp for the OTK. I do play this a lot. This helps the OTK. Didn't really play it a lot, but it does come up. This one came up once, not really often. It's kind of very situational, but you still kind of need it in there just as an option. Generally, if you have to play this one, I'm pretty sure 9 times out of 10, there's another option you have to where you don't have to play this card. I locked down a decree with this card, which came up. It was very important.
Doesn't it like prohibit that card or?
And it stops that card and any other ones that they would play.
And that's number 45. Crumble logos, the Prophet of Demolition. Another stupid Yu-Gi-Oh name.
It's too long. I hate writing this down. Another one that I can't pronounce his name. He's the Popper. This dude's broken, although he's very win more. If you're making this guy, you already won that game, and they should have probably scooped a long time ago.
So it's like a knockout punch, kind of?
It's like, if you play a trap card, he gets another trap card, and he pops a card. It's just highly unfair at this point. One of the MVP, actually, he's an MVP of the deck. He's like the main purpose or the reason for this deck, but I generally... he just comes up and he's a great starting play. But your 2 MVPs are this guy. These guys seal the fate.
Yeah, Opabenia from sitting across the table from you, that's the one that crushed me like a little girl. So
this card, played 3 of it. I only really ever make 2 of it. Same thing with this one. You can get away with playing 2. 3 just comes up every now and then.
Shout out to the budget players. If you can't get 3, you're cool with 2. Tips from Jeff McIntosh.
This card, complete like setup anytime. 9 times out of 10, if you can make this one, you need to make it just because it gets you that far, much farther. Also, keep in mind that if this is on the field, yes, you can play them from your hand on your opponent's turn. So just leave this on the field, keep your trap cards in the hand, avoid Twin Twister, and knock them out with trap cards in your hand.
Pro tips. That Downard Magician.
Downard Magician.
And what do you exactly overlay for that? When's the practicality of it?
Never really comes up. It's generally for like setup, like if you know that you're getting ready to go into time, or if you know that like this guy isn't going to do anything anymore, you can plop it right on top of him and be like, all right, I got an extra beater just for later on.
You ever ran it over a token in Metal Foes or anything like that, or has it just never came up?
Never came up. Usually in the Metal Foe matchup, they end up in a very bad situation so quickly that like stuff like that, they just scoot before it
because
gets
you're
to that
unaffected
point.
by the Kieran they're going to put out there, so that makes...
Once again, a lot of people lose to Metal Foes because they aren't making these 2 guys.
And now, is this relentless? Like, is this the one that can keep going as long as you have a trap in your hand to play?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, that's dumb.
Against Metal Foes, stop making this card. Unless you know you're going to win. Stop making that immediately.
Because they can play around the 1.
If they get Kieran on the field, Kieran just laughs at this card instantly. You need to make these 2 against Kieran because this is bigger than Kieran, and Kieran can't target it just like he can't target Kieran, but he can run Kieran over. And Kieran can't kill this, so you just keep searching traps until they figure out another way. And like this will protect you at that point.
And Alcahest as well, you know, all the obvious ones, the Mithrilium.
Any deck that targets a lot, make these 2 and you'll be solid.
Let's get into the young side deck.
The 1 Regeki for field removal, sided in like once, never saw it.
Cool.
2 Twin Twisters, just so that 1 for the mirror match, and I know a lot of people are playing trap cards to stop me, so it's like, all right, since you have trap cards in, I'm going to hit your trap cards before you hit mine. I actually, a player set 2 against me. He set a Twin Twister and a barrier and passed turn, and on his end phase, I was like, all right, Twin Twister, pop that. It was actually an ABC player. And Salt. 2 system down for the ABC matchup.
You don't need 3? You don't think you need 3?
This deck is literally the ABC killer deck.
So you don't need it, yeah.
You should automatically win that matchup no matter what.
You just deal with a pain in the butt if you play a Cosmo.
My personal side card, XYZ Encore for the mirror match, because
Nice.
if they make it with trap cards, they actually can't get their trap cards back.
The material it just stuck in the graveyard?
Yep.
Okay.
They're reset back to square one. They lose all the advantage from it.
Wow. It's pretty powerful.
And it's spell speed 4, so they can't do anything about it. If they already have Toad, can't stop it.
Yeah, because they can't respond to it, I believe.
Correct. 2 anti-spell fragrance. Kind of wanted 3, but 2 seemed about fine because I really don't have a problem with Metaphors, but this is just to blow them out so that they don't have a chance at all. Magic Deflector. Twin Twister. Twin Twister, Twin Twister. If you Twin Twister me, I'll stop it and summon a trap card.
So it kind of evens the scales out and then puts you ahead a tad bit.
It actually helps you out against the ABC matchup. That's why I chose this over Starlight Road, because in the ABC matchup, you can at least stop their field spell with this and any other. And then also against Metaphors, you can stop their quick plays with this, so it stops you from getting OTK'd and stuff like that.
Cool.
2 Maxi.
And they're OT, folks.
2 Maxi just because, like, draw cards. And actually in one of my matchups, having Desire in the main deck was terrible. So sided that out, put these in, and it worked a little bit better. Still sucked, but...
Shout out to AJ Jones, the sack master.
Bro, he decked me out twice.
And the final card in the side deck.
Wing Dragon of Ra.
He would be playing 2. Remember, it's the family store. I can't say why he'd be playing 2, but looks kind of comical.
But mainly because there's usually 3 monsters on the field. This helps you in the mirror match. If this resolves and they can't get rid of it in the mirror match, they lose because they cannot kill this at all. If most decks literally don't have an out to this at all. On top of that, sometimes I wanted Lava Golem over this, but 3 removal and plus I am Merrick, so I had to go with.
You know, he's got the young Merrick Matt back here, Yu-Gi-Oh! Day champ, and now he's the UDS champ. Shout out to Jeff Mcintosh. This is Greg Farley from Team Wiseguys. Shout out to Trey Faircloth for the page. Appreciate it, Jeff. Any tips about the next format, or you just don't even know what you're gonna play yet?
Anybody knows me, I don't know anything until the format comes up, and then I learn it all as quickly as I can.
And then he crushes people, and he shows up late to regionals and sweeps everybody. Appreciate it, Jeff.
Thanks.